last time on Fantasy Adventure Machine.
And I am Mother Mary Jones.
How long are you going to invest of your finite lives?
If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well.
Whoa, hold on. Are we saying 9 years is real? I'm not staying here for 9 years.
The way Beth sees it, we need at least 2 people.
I volunteer to stay.
Ralph, you're not staying. Effie, you can't stay. But I should stay. I started this all, and I have to see it through.
Shar Van Helsing, you are alone in the forest.
Ralph!
Are we ready to make a difference?
Oh.
Van Helsing, Shar, and Ralph in the middle of the woods.
Whew, well,
We're gonna help so many people here.
you're not even supposed to be here.
Well, I never said I was going on the ship. I decided to stay here, and so I stayed.
From the distance of the time void, you hear Effie be like, he's 10!
Don't speak.
I can make my own decisions, damn it!
That was
It's a
funny.
swearing 10-year-old.
Ralph, if you're gonna stay here, you're gonna have to make me one promise, okay?
Okay, what is that?
You look out for yourself.
Oh, gee. Okay, I can do that.
If all of us are in danger, you, Ralph, have to run away and take care of yourself, okay? No heroic deeds or knightly attitudes. If you do that anymore, I'm gonna have a heart attack and I can't die because I just said goodbye to, like, the love of my life.
Shah, while I appreciate what you are trying to say, I think that these next years will be quite testing. And if all goes well, sure, maybe the boy will not have to prove himself, but I do not think that we will have the convenience of letting him keep his innocence.
But maybe Mr. Mahwini will show up. I don't know what that has to do with innocence, but Mr. Mahwini...
Yeah, you do seem like you're pals with him.
Mr. Mahwini, Mr. Mahwini, Mr. Mahwini.
Okay.
We said Mr. Mawini's name 3 times. Now he has to show up.
No.
And I was looking in the mirror in a dark room in the woods.
No, it doesn't work that way.
What if you said it backwards?
What if I pee on the
Alright,
mirror?
boys, okay. Nope, Ralph, bad. Bad, Ralph.
All right. We're going to push forward.
Does that mean I can heal my physical stress and consequences?
Yes,
And refresh my
everybody
fate
can
points?
heal all their consequences and stress, and everyone can get all their fate points back.
Woohoo!
Fate points.
We're going to move, let's see, 6 months or so into the future to September 1st.
Has Ralph turned 11 yet, Dan?
I don't know when his birthday is.
I'm gonna say he
Know
turned
that.
11.
Okay, Ralph, for your 11th birthday, we are taking you to this bar so you can have your first drink as a legal adult.
I would like to ask the 3 of you who have stayed behind, what would you like to focus on around camp, helping the miners, helping the strike? If you don't have ideas, I can provide some for you, but I'm curious what you'd like to spend your time doing.
First thing I'm going to do is open a high return interest.
A Roth IRA, that's what you want to do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. No,
So that
no.
when we go back to the future, we can have more
No.
money.
I am stuck back in time with someone who is avoiding the plot and a 10-year-old. I will do it myself.
I go on the side quest where I can build my own house.
Then you make friends with all the animals that live nearby.
I think that Shar is really focused on assisting Mother Jones.
Okay.
Mother Jones definitely seems like the most capable and competent person within this camp. And so Char's pretty intent on helping her, tries to coordinate resources and making sure that she is a good translator and works to really unify the group and do whatever other vision Mother Jones has.
Okay.
After I finish building my house, I go to the shop and
And pay
spend
off
all
your
my
loan.
money on my potato seeds. I buy my whole inventory of potato seeds.
Now we're in Stardew Valley.
Can I interest you in some turnips?
I don't know that much about Stardew Valley. I only played it a couple of times. I only know Animal Crossing.
The ROI is really high on turnips these days.
As Sir Tiffany, I'm going to help rebuild. I don't know, the miners build up their town, whatever they need, kind of jobs here and there. In the evenings as Ralph, I don't know, I'll be an errand boy and do what errand boys do.
I believe they run errands.
Yes.
I think Shar would probably try to instruct Ralph, like make a list of all of the capabilities within the camp. So anyone who is a craftsman, and it doesn't have to be like by trade, it could be someone who is good at painting or someone who makes cute dolls out of like straw and scraps of cloth and like tries to document all of the, like not just the physical resources that they have, but the talent that they have as well, in addition to mining.
Okay, yeah, sure. During dinner hours, because they usually like gather during dinner, I'll just go around and I'll schmooze up the people and get to know them using my rapport.
After my first yield of potatoes, I give all the money to charity, and then I watch Sir Tiffany grow up like he's Luke Skywalker and I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi from a cave.
Or like you're Kim Nam-joon and he's Jungkook.
Yes.
Why don't you watch it from your newly built home?
Nope, I'm moving to a cave. I'm going to become all jaded.
Right.
This is a great side quest. I support.
Yeah, the character development is strong.
Okay, I'm just kidding. Of course, I'm very interested in helping my love interest, and
I'm glad you finally...
I mean, if you want to
admit
just
it.
go off and build a house, I'm not going to stop you.
Do you want to build a house for Mother Jones? That's the question.
no, I really would like to help.
Behold, look at my ability as a provider. I have
Yes.
built you this home.
And a crop of potatoes, which I dropped into this box, and then I got paid money the next morning.
Oh, gosh.
So yeah, Mother Jones and I we're tight, like two peas in a pod, if she'll have me.
Roll for it.
Something just a roll for.
Roll for romance.
Okay.
If you're allowing me to roll for romance, that's a +1 on a straight fate roll.
Actually, as a GM, there are some things he can't do. So he can't, like, kill anyone. He can't make someone fall in love with you.
All the things that Genie can't do are explicitly things I can do. Some of them just make me uncomfortable.
You don't want to role play some romance with your brother,
So
Logan?
you are the most powerful cosmic being in the universe.
All right. Thank you for everyone explaining what you're doing,
Oh, we
including
did?
things that you're not
I did
doing.
a great job.
You did great.
Thank
Dan,
you.
you did great. Nathan,
Yay!
you get
Gee,
half
goodness.
points.
Yay! That's 50%. Enough.
That's a pass in some schools.
It's September 1st. The leaves have long since fallen from the trees, and there is a chill in the air. You can tell that winter's coming, and so are you, down south, to the river Kanawha. When you get to the river, you see two things. First, the bridge that you expected to cross has been sabotaged, and the 10-yard wide stretch of water has small chunks of ice beginning to float down it. You look back behind you at well over 500 men, deciding what to do next.
How is the bridge sabotaged? In what way?
The beginnings of the bridge on each side are still there. You can see the posts.
Okay.
You can see the beginning of the ramp up, but through the use of probably dynamite, the middle has been blown to bits. Never is an easy road, is it?
So there are trees nearby.
You are in West Virginia. There is always trees
Oh, yeah.
nearby.
So there are trees that are 30 feet high, right?
Sure.
These men are on foot. Could I cut down 2 trees and have them haul them over? And then we'll actually know that'll be a lot of work. How are we going to get them to
Hey,
push it over?
no,
never
I think that's a good idea. I think that we have to try and stand them up as a group next to the river and then push it over.
Totally reasonable. You have plenty of manpower. You can overcome this obstacle.
Okay.
Give me some grease. Give me some role play.
Okay, I'll look at the river with my newly 11-year-old eyes and be like, huh, I can do this. Gee, I'm gonna make a difference.
Do you have a good idea?
If I use Sir Tiffany, I might be able to cut down a tree or two. Maybe I can get some of these other men to help if I start doing it myself. And then we could pull the tree over to the edge of the river and let it fall and make a bridge ourselves.
I think that's a really good idea, Ralph.
Gee, goodness.
I will speak to the masses and tell them what our plan is.
Okay.
Hello, masses. You are valuable, and we appreciate you being here. We're going to cut down some trees. If any of you have experience cutting down trees before, please feel free to step forward. And then we're going to stand them up, probably using some rope and also strong, tall men, and then push them over so that they can bridge the gap between this side of the water and that side of the water. All those who feel able-bodied and capable of helping, please step forward.
And I know which ones can cut down trees because I've made notes.
Yeah.
Well, how ye asses made of lead? Move it, says Mother Jones.
Okay.
Wow, you're so efficient.
And,
By the might of Sir Tiffany's sword! And then I'm going to use my sword to chop down some trees.
Nice.
All right, things start moving. You do a lovely job, dearie. You're so good at organizing the men. They need a strong hand.
Oh, I'm definitely not as strong as you, Mother, but I'm trying. I'm learning. You know, day by day, month by month. It's been a lot of days.
Yes, sweetheart, your mother and I are so proud of you for all the work that you have done.
Van Helsing has completely lost his mind.
I've never felt more horrified to hear Nathan say something in roleplay since the time that he said that he liked Char's feet.
I was never gushing over your feet. I said that some people are into it or something.
Char would never get so far as to allow you to gush over her feet.
No, ever. Char turns to Van Helsing and pats him on the shoulder and says, if you call me your daughter again in some kind of insinuation, I will take all of your whiskey away.
Van Helsing, roll athletics.
Ooh, that's a good roll. Wait, athletics.
Yes.
That's not on my sheet. That's a +3 though. Still, like I said, a very good roll.
All right, take a point of stress for being beat around the head by an umbrella.
Oh no. It was a joke.
You know, dear, I am approaching me 90th birthday. And it didn't...
Technically not a lie. We're all approaching our 90th birthday.
These boys are going to need a strong hand. I could see you being a mother in your own right one day.
You know.
I don't ever plan to have kids, so that's nice of you to say.
None of these boys are my kids either, lass.
You realize I'm not that much older than them, right? Some of them I'm younger than.
True, but by the time I lay down in my cold grave and perish and need a successor, perhaps you will be ready.
Mother Jones, if you die before my mission is over, so help me God, I will riot and burn down everyone who ever harmed you.
He pats you on the shoulder as she moves off. The mission never ends, dear. It never ends.
Char wipes some sweat from her brow, gets back to work.
All right. The river crossing is somewhat difficult, but definitely manageable with all these men and with the able leadership of our time traveling team. Van Helsing, are you going to escort Mother Jones across the bridge?
Yeah, yep. Even though she hit me with an umbrella, I'll still do it.
And she accepts it.
Oh.
Roll for romance!
Well.
As you approach the Holly Grove encampment, the smell hits you first. There are thousands upon thousands of people. The conditions are cold. They're not that sanitary. And between the smell of people and smoke, you can tell from a ways off.
In that moment, Char vows to develop a recipe for a homemade deodorant.
All right, that sounds great. I'm excited about this. The chatter is the next thing that you get to as you get closer. And there's still a good amount of fair spirits. Children screaming as they run around, mothers and fathers laughing, sounds of light domestic industry. When you get to finally see it, you're reminded that there's still a bit of a split through the camp between the Chinese men and the other laborers. On the Chinese side, there's no women, there's no children, just the men. They look across from their quieter camp area to the other with looks that are hard to place. As you approach with your new men, Frank Keeney rides up. Don't know where he got a horse from, but he has a horse. And he has the look of someone who's traveled hard, and his shirt is soaked with sweat that has not evaporated in the cool air. Ah, good. More of them. Just wonderful. I just got back from the capital. The governor has declared martial law. I don't know rightly what that means for us right here, right now, but I'm sure the state militia is not going to enjoy seeing even more men here.
Marshall must be so proud to finally be made a law. He's been a bill for so long.
Shar attempts to strangle Van Helsing. Shar takes a little bit of bread and her water pouch off and hands them to Frank Keeney and says, well, as Mother Jones said earlier, the work never ends.
Are there any preparations you would like to make before settling into normal camp for the night?
Yeah. Shar turns to Mother Jones and Frank Keeney and says, I think we should set up some language lessons so that we can teach the native English speakers Chinese and we can teach native Chinese speakers English. I think that it would help our group be able to function better together.
I think that's a lovely idea, dearie. In fact, even though in my old age my mind is not as sharp as it once was, I will happily volunteer for the first lesson.
Thank you, Mother. I think that myself and Ralph are, not as inclined to be teachers, but Dr. Van Helsing here has several degrees. And I think would be an incredible teacher with some oversight.
The first thing you must learn is how to swear.
In addition to English classes, I think that maybe it would be good for us to increase a night watch. Just make sure that maybe we go over an action plan with everyone in case of an attack.
That does indeed seem like a right fine course of action. We'll double the drills, and we'll work on things to not round the fires.
Sir Tiffany.
Yes!
Your friend Ralph told me that you would be good at helping with this.
Of course!
And for Ralph, Sir Tiffany, your armor catching the fading gleam of the afternoon sun attracts children to you.
Oh, okay.
What sort of relationship does Sir Knight have with the children of the camp?
I'll be playing with them, laughing along and telling them stories, and we'll play hide and seek.
Teach them Chinese.
Do any of your stories involve, like, what your parents do for a living?
No. See, there was one time I was flying through the air, and then I landed in a tree, and I was trying to swing through this tree, but then I got shot through the head. Yes, that wasn't a good time.
Do you teach them stories from the Lone Ranger?
Of course I'll be telling them stories about the Lone Ranger.
You just recreate the Lone
Sarah May's
Ranger
face through that whole
skills.
thing just...
Shar has, over the past 6 months, made Ralph a bunch of, stuffed toys, very crudely made. Shar's never made anything in her life, but she's tried to make, replicas of these characters that Ralph talks about from the Lone Ranger.
And wherever you go, Sir Tiffany, children follow you. And you are your own little gleam of sunshine in the camp that is getting increasingly ragged on the edge.
Yes.
May I submit to you, Shar, that the last thing you always do before you go to sleep at night is check your phone?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Usually there's no internet. Every once in a while there is. Tonight there's no internet.
What a pointless deviation from the story.
I think Shar...
Shit, Sarah.
Shar checks her phone.
Listen, you gotta set things up. You little turd.
Her normal, click through on her phone is if there's internet, she will send a text to Effie, a group text to Effie, Zoo, and Kaos and Beth that includes an update on the recent things that have happened. Anything to Effie is a lot more personal, and then she will usually try to upload something to her social media posts, but she does not have usually I'm guessing the connectivity to get much across there. / she's been so heavily involved in everything that's been going on that she's had a harder time finding time to take, really picturesque pictures. And this night, as she sits with her phone, it has no internet, she does her usual no internet process, which is open up messages, scroll back through, read some of her favorite texts from Effie, any of the group texts that maybe she has gotten, or maybe that's just reviewing what she sent. She'll make a memo to herself on remembering the events of what's gone on. And then, she allows herself maybe 5 minutes max to scroll through pictures before she shuts her phone off again.
Anyone else have anything they want to describe for their nightly rituals?
No, I do think that not a nightly ritual, but Van Helsing would be quite concerned over the cleanliness and the living conditions in the camp, and he would be doing anything in his power to make it better.
Do you work in the hospital tent?
Yeah.
Every night, Effie plugs into Beth and annoys her by talking about Shar so much until Beth tells her to shut up.
Miss Derringer, as much as I adore you and your stories about Miss Charlotte, I have to admit that I get rather jealous, so I'm going to stop listening now.
But I haven't told you the best part.
I suggest you go find Master Kaos or Dr. Zoomin instead. But if it has to be me, I will allow you 2 minutes.
So, Shar said...
As you start talking, Kaos busts in. All right, I'm ready to try again. Are you ready to try again? I think it's going to work this time. It's going to be very awesome. And he's holding a giant modified motorcycle helmet with a bunch of wires sticking out of it.
Cerebro.
I thought we agreed to try again tomorrow, Kaos.
No, I think we could try again right now. It's all going to be really good. Trust me. I think I got it right this time. There will be no more zaps and you will not be able to move your feet anymore. It's going to be okay.
Okay, I guess that's fine. I don't have to get up, so just put it on my head.
Sounds great. Here we go. Time to jack in.
And the helmet goes down over your head, and a surge of electricity goes through you.
That was my electricity went through me noise.
Thank you. Thank you for providing your own Foley.
Hey, Zoomin, could you come push this down? I need to make sure all the connections are steady.
Zoomin walks in, carrying a bag of sawdust over one shoulder, and places a hand on Effie's head and just sort of leans down on the thing and hears a...
There we go. Sometimes you just have to, jiggle it a little bit to get the right connection. Okay, everything's doing great. Beth, display visuals!
Master Kaos, I can only display the visuals if you flip the switch. How many times do I need to instruct you to flip the switch?
Yeah. Got it. Got the switch. Flip, switch, flip. Okay.
On the main viewport.
Before whatever is going to be displayed is displayed, there's a calming 5-second inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale.
Zoo puts down the bag and reaches over to a panel in the side of the ship and pulls out a warm chamomile tea from a receptacle that Beth has created and hands it to Kaos. While
And
still
then
holding
it goes to
firmly to the
visuals.
motorbike helmet.
Chaos is nervously pushing buttons on his power glove as he waits for this to be over.
First thing that comes up is Shar. There's no audio, but she's talking, and she looks like she's talking about clothes and hair products, and she's very animated. And the sun is sparkling from behind her, making little star shine lines.
I wiggle the helmet on your head.
We need to get the memories that you stole from that other cyborg.
Oh, right, the other cyborg. Okay, those ones aren't as nice.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. No, you're 100% right. They're not nice, but still, that's the whole point of what we're doing. We've got to find this other anyway. Button now thing, and the viewport changes to a brownstone building in a 19th century style. A stately man with a mustache and thick hair is walking into the building, and on the heads-up display, the order eliminate arrives, and you can see a hand rise into shot, transform into a gun, and blow this guy's head off. As you see this, the display freezes, and a long string of numbers come across. Okay, this time I think we've got it for sure. This should be the correct temporal spatial date coordinate area thing that we need in order to get Beth to get to this place, probably right before this happens.
Okay.
Zoo goes to open the sawdust bag.
But can we go in the morning? Because, it's time travel, so we could go anytime we want. And honestly, I would perform better in the morning.
I'm ready to go right now. Let's do it. Do it.
Mate, yeah, I have to agree with Effie. I also find that I perform better in the morning.
Why?
That's
That's not what she said.
Wait, what? Who said?
I'll tell you when you're older.
I'm legally an adult.
Zoo goes to bed.
We have been waiting for 6 months.
One more day won't kill you.
6 more hours would do us some good.
Fine. I think I have another video game to play anyhow. Has anyone heard of Stardew Valley? I hear it's very good.
Nice.
I heard the potatoes are high yield.
Make sure you have a lucky rabbit's foot if you're going to date around.
Chaos gets a mischievous look on his face and walks away.
Hey everyone, sorry to interrupt what must be another fantastic episode of the podcast, but here are a few words from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Hans.
And I'm Brandon, bitch.
And we are here to pump you up.
No, Hans. No,
Oh.
We're here to introduce you to our new project, Nerds of Paradise.
Nerds of Paradise is our new Twitch and YouTube channel, where we will be streaming games that interest us, and hopefully you.
We're going to be starting with Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet when it comes out, and we're hoping to have a blast.
So come on over to our channel and watch our first group stream on November 9th. See you there!
Have you been traveling the woods for a long time in the cold early winter, ready to join your camp on the other side of the near frozen river, only to find that the bridge is now out due to an obvious sabotage? Well, damn it. You need a solution, damn it. Here at Beaver Bros Builders, we'll do it for you, damn it. All you have to do is give us a call to Damn It, and we'll be right over to Damn It. Better yet, if you want a discount to Damn It, just text Damn It to 1552 Damn It to get 20% off the next time you Damn It. Remember, give us a call, and we'll be right over to Damn It, damn it.
Hey fam, thanks for listening today. It's been really awesome doing this show for you guys, and we love to hear from you. And so if you have questions or comments, please reach out to us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, pretty much anywhere that you're on media socially. So are we. If you want to rate us on iTunes or Spotify, that super helps the algorithm, gets our show out there. But the number one thing you guys can do, please, if you can, just refer us to a friend. If you know someone who likes actual play podcasts and weird superhero time travelers, just let them know about us and maybe we can grow our family a little bit. Thanks guys, have a great night. We wake up in the morning looking like P. Diddy.
Wake up in the morning.
Looking like P. Diddy.
Is anyone on Beth the sort who would brush their teeth with a bottle of Jack?
No.
Yeah,
I'm
hell
10.
yeah. 100%. That's just how Australians do it. We start that, we're like, you don't even get mint toothpaste. It's original flavor and Jack.
Okay. In the morning.
We are much more productive.
Gosh dang it, we better hope so.
The morning is coming, and so do you.
Zimmerman walks up to Chaos's room and bangs on the door and is like, hey man, you ready to go?
Chaos opens the door. His eyes are bloodshot.
I assume that you stayed up way too late playing Stardew Valley or whatever.
Yeah, no, I never realized farming could be such a compelling occupation. Since we're going to 19th century England anyway, maybe I just sell Beth and buy a farm. This is really interesting.
Master Chaos?
Beth, I didn't mean it. I'm so sorry.
I thought we were best friends.
Oh, you can be a farm. I know you can be a farm. It's okay.
If you build it, they will come.
So will you.
All right, let's assemble in the bridge and let's plan out a plan of attack.
Okay, I go to the bridge.
Where is Effie?
Sleeping on the bridge.
Okay.
Effie, you hear a beep 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 beep, and as your eyes blink open, you see one of Beth's screens, and it just says, "Good morning, Effie.
Good morning, Beth. Any messages from Char today?
I have not been able to receive any communication from Miss Charlotte Rossetti today, but I will keep searching the universe."
Thanks, Beth.
The roaming charges are extreme.
Oh yeah, you guys are not only on the run from, like, you know, all the people that want to kill you, but also debt collectors.
What? Since when?
AT&T always finds
we
you.
haven't paid Shara's internet bill.
Yeah, now that Char's not on Beth, she's not there to pay the internet bill anymore, so how are you guys doing it?
I thought we already determined it was feet pics, but
All right, Chaos, where are we going?
So the signals that we got through from your brain yesterday tracked back to 1854 England in May. So we can, show up and we can fight the cyborg, or we could show up earlier and try and figure out what it's all about, or we could show up later and do a Sherlock Holmes thing.
Oh no. It's too early in the morning to make these kind of decisions, Chaos. What is your opinion, Dr. Aquarium?
What? You know what, Effie? I get that you're sad about Shara and everything, but there's only so many free passes you get, all right?
It's because I'm forgetful. Sometimes I forget that I'm forgetful, but I remember.
Look, I reckon let's get there a day early and not drag the plot out longer than we have to.
That was a very cogent observation that you just made that is totally in character, and I have no questions.
Excellent.
Hey, check this out. While you guys were down in West Virginia, I figured out how to do this.
and he pushes a button and the entire ship stops and shakes, and then everybody has to make a physique roll.
Alright. 2, 3.
4.
Okay, it's much worse than a normal exit from the time stream. It's like the entire ground dropped out from under you about 6 inches and turned 180 degrees. But then everything stops and is calm, and Beth comes on to tell you that you have arrived.
Good news, crew that is full of my friends, even though we are missing some friends. We have arrived at our destination. If you have any questions about attire, I have already filled 3 closets worth of clothes for you to change into. And Master Chaos, yours obviously includes a shower. Zoomin, yours includes deodorant.
I did at least bring the sawdust, so I feel glad that canonically that happened. Zoo goes to the closet, applies a liberal amount of Old Spice, and gets into the attire that's been set out for him. And I'm ready to go.
I'm so proud of you.
Without Char here, it's hard to decide what to wear.
Effie, as you open up your closet doors, you see that there is exactly one outfit repeated 5 times. So you can choose any of them, but they're all the exact same.
What a relief. Thanks, Beth. It's so good that you knew that I have a hard time choosing clothes now that Char's not around. I really got used to her helping me.
I am here to make up for any lackings that you may be experiencing.
The street you exit onto is an upper scale British street with minimal smells that are unpleasant, other than the smell of frying fish and newsprint. If you get out to look at Beth, Beth does look like an English chippy labeled with banners mourning the death of Elizabeth II.
Nice.
Okay, where do we go?
Where do we go?
Right, just over here. The brownstones are just this way. Yeah, it is a second floor apartment that we're heading up to. Over some sort of establishment. It's a palm reading place, actually.
I'm just going to walk in.
All right.
Are you going to ask for your palms to be read?
No. I walk in.
I follow you.
A bell rings somewhere in the depths of the building. It's dusty, and there are all sorts of objects that might be considered occult or arcane, like a crystal ball, various candles, a stuffed raven. There are drawn curtains of a deep velvet. And after several minutes of waiting, a man in a tatty suit emerges from the back. Oh, welcome. Welcome to the place where the future is told and nothing is hidden. I am your host. My name is Mr. Mephisto. How may I predict your future, young man?
The future is I'm gonna get pneumonia being in this room, man. It's so dusty in here.
This is the dust of ages. It holds in it all the secrets of ancient Egypt.
All right. Why am I in this room again? No, you know what? You tell me, why am I here?
I sense you have come to seek secrets beyond your comprehension.
Ah, excellent. Vague and obscure. Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Very good. Would you like to divine these secrets through the art of palmistry or via a seance where we can speak with the spirits of those departed or yet to come?
I love this guy. I love him so much.
As this man steps into the light, you do recognize him from the back of his head as the man who was shot by the cyborg just one day from now.
Okay. Listen, this is going to sound weird, and I don't have any special ability to make you believe in things that are true, but...
Can I step on his foot?
Sure.
Dr. Zoomin.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't stop you. Would you like to make
a...
opposed rolls, or does it just happen?
I'll allow it,
It's to stop him from talking so that I can cut him off.
Okay.
Verbally.
We're on the same track. Just do it.
And then I want to offer to read the guy some tarot cards.
Ah, are you too a practicer of the arcane arts?
Yes, my grandmother was a true mystic and she taught me.
Fantastic, fantastic. Does she live around here? May I perhaps know her through the otherworldly ether of the spirit world?
Perhaps through the spirit world because she's dead.
Indeed, indeed. Would you like to hold a seance where we may speak with her?
That's not necessary. She sent me here from last time I held a seance so that I could read you these cards.
Most excellent. I will submit to your practices, young lady. Please come into my sitting room. We shall use my private room.
Ooh.
And he ushers you up the stairs, if you're willing to go.
I will go. Will you go, Dr. Aquarium?
I too will go. Why do we sound like this?
Because this voice is addictive.
Excellent.
I want to produce a deck of tarot cards.
All right.
Is that something I have to roll dice for?
You know what? Just for fun, let's do it.
Okay. I rolled plus minus plus minus.
So 0.
So they're cool kitten cards.
And this is resources, so 3.
Oh, well that's good enough to get you a very nice set of tarot cards.
Can it be dragon themed?
It 100% is dragon themed.
That's so cool.
He brings you to a room that is considerably lighter and more modern than the room that you have left. In fact, this is just a normal British sitting room for the time. It is always a pleasure to meet another master of the unseen. Please, let me call my child that they may bring us refreshment. A slender youth with dark hair enters the room carrying a very nice British tea tray, and you can both roll notice.
I guess I'm kind of distracted planning my tarot reading because I rolled a 0, but this time they're all blank.
I got a -1.
So 1.
That's all very good. Continue on.
I want to do some fancy shuffling.
All right.
While I ask him some questions. Asking questions is a normal part of tarot reading, I think.
I have to admit I've never been part of a tarot reading, so I can't tell you. All right, go ahead and ask questions. I'm not going to make you roll anything right now.
Do you have any ambitions?
My greatest ambition is simply to make the world a better and safer place through the use of my unusual talents.
That is commendable. Do you have any enemies?
No enemies with which I share this time.
By this, do you mean that you have enemies in the void of spirituality?
There are enemies that do not share with us this realm with whom I must fight.
Do any of your enemies have strange abilities?
And you are one of the true mystics like I am, young miss. All of your enemies are strange, except the enemy of the most mundane, the newspaper reporter.
Now, after doing many fancy shuffling and asking him questions that sort of answered my question, I will hand him the deck so that he can cut it and then hand it back to me.
Okay.
That's how this works, right?
He cuts it and he holds it between his hands for a second before passing it back to you.
Take a moment to reflect on what guidance you need for the future, what you need to reflect on from the past, and what action you should take in the present. First, we will reflect on the past. Then the card that's turned over is Upright Judgment.
Ah, tell me, young lady, what do you see in this card?
Something from your past shall resurface, a reckoning.
Your card speaks truly. I see it too.
Now, focus, Master of the Mystic Arts, on the present. And I turn over Upright Death.
Ooh, you indeed are showing me dangerous cards today, young lady.
Death is not always dangerous, but I do fear that this signals that your life must change, that you must go through metamorphosis and experience a new beginning.
Like, if your head was suddenly removed from your body.
And now, what shall this change, this new beginning lead us to? And I turn over the Tower Reversed. See, disaster is avoided and delayed. You will avoid suffering, but you must leave this place.
You have shown me cards of personal transformation, of great danger. Young lady, you do not know how right you are. For as one mystic to another, I shall depart this plane within the next few days.
Then you know you are in danger.
Danger is just another word for opportunity. Mr. Mephisto has many opportunities yet ahead.
So, you know that danger approaches. Do you know from whence it comes?
Young lady...
Hot Night Joe?
Young lady, these dangers are partially of my own making. A great sacrifice comes in my future.
And what are you sacrificing for, Mephisto?
The future.
Whose future? This child's?
Roll empathy.
Do I even have empathy because I'm part robot?
Can robots feel empathy?
I'm saying it's not in my skills. I got a 2.
Hey, he looks a little bit sad when he looks towards his child in the other room. No, young lady, not for this child. My ambitions and my scope of protection must be far greater.
I believe I was sent here for more than to read the cards. I would like to help you. I would like to extend the goodness of your actions. Please endow me with your trust and bring me into your something.
Oh,
Coven.
give me rapport real quick.
So, I don't think I have rapport either. Basically, I'm really antisocial.
I'm going to lend you a +1 to rapport.
Sounds great.
Oh, okay. I got 3.
Okay. He hesitates for just a minute. And then he says, tonight is one of the great meetings before the sacrifice must be made. Since you have read the cards truly, I am willing to introduce you at the gate, but I can take you no further.
Okay. Gates are good. Gates are beginnings and entrances.
Gates may also be endings. I warn you, if you choose to pursue this path with me, your life will be forever changed.
That happens to me all the time.
Most excellent. He gives you an address uptown that I'm not going to make up, so fill that in with whatever cool place you'd like it to be.
Okay, I hand the address to Dr. Aviary. Here.
He's just changing zoological locations every time.
This is where we must go.
Midnight sharp. Do not be late.
Oh, okay, we will do our best.
Now, would you like any trinkets for the road? I do have a very nice set of keychains.
Do you have any enamel pins? I'm quite fond of enamel pins, and I think Shar collects magnets, so if you have any fridge magnets, I would also take one of those.
Your words are arcane. I do not know of these fridge. However, there is a henge nearby which you may find of interest.
Who doesn't like a henge?
Indeed. And he is able to show you a set of enamel pins, which you may purchase with Beth money.
Beth money.
I will give you all the money in the world, Miss Effie.
Is Beth money kind of like $bucks or
I
dollary dues?
printed myself.
It is the best counterfeit money that can ever be found.
Good.
Would you like to describe the enamel pin that you choose?
It's shaped like a fortune-telling ball situation, and inside the ball part is a duck wearing a cowboy hat with a lollipop.
Fantastic. This is the pin that he has that you choose.
I put it on.
Does anyone want to do anything before midnight? Does anyone want to talk about what has transpired here?
Chaos, did you understand any of what's going on?
You flipped spooky cards, and he invited you to a secret meeting of mystics that may or may not all be fake.
Yeah, he's pretty much got it.
What did you think about his answers to my questions about his enemies? He said that they're not on this plane. Do you think he could mean time enemies? The assassins do kill him, so... Or they did, in the future that was in the past.
It definitely does seem like time enemies. What do you think, Zuman?
Oh yeah, Zuman, that's your name.
Honestly, you kind of lost me at the whole tarot thing, and then I kind of zoned out. It was really like, sort of smelled weird in there.
Keith, this is supposed to be where you pretend, not where you're being honest about what really happened to you, Keith.
Sometimes Zuman and Keith are the same guy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I mean, I guess we're gonna go to that place you showed me at midnight and figure it out, right? Like, when we get there, if I need to break stuff, I'll break stuff, and if not, not.
Dr. Zoology, you're good for more than just breaking stuff. Don't be so hard on yourself. Shar would be very disappointed.
Yeah, alright. I guess I
Represented
can
well.
also think stuff.
You literally do have a doctorate.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, we'll ask lots of really good questions.
Do you think fortune telling is real, Zuman?
If you'd asked me a year ago, I would have said no way. But, seeing some stuff that we've seen last year, last 2 years, maybe.
It's not any stranger than turning into a wolf.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Midnight approaches. The address that you've been given is actually a graveyard, and it is gated and walled. And as you approach the gate, you see in the gaslight Mr. Mephisto wearing a very tall hat pulled low over his eyes. Ah, excellent. You made it. You've made it. Now I'm afraid it must be one at a time. So wait to watch me pass through the gate before the next of you approaches. And he disappears towards the gate.
The gate to the graveyard or a gate inside the graveyard?
To the graveyard.
Ah, who would like to go next?
Zoo walks through the gate.
You're so decisive today. I follow.
I didn't want to give you a chance to call me like Mr. like Wildlife Sanctuary or some bullshit. I just walked through.
As you approach the gate, you're approaching close together?
Yes, very close together. Close enough together to discourage a mountain lion.
Okay. Well, mountain lions are not currently the problem. As you approach together, and Chaos will follow along, two men step out of the shadow near the gate. One of them says, "One at a time, please."
We're made a line. It's not like a horizontal line. This is a vertical line towards the gate. This is one at a time. We aren't holding hands, one at a time.
Listen, this is sort of like a HIPAA thing, like you gotta stay back so many feet.
It's alright, Effie. Just hang back a sec.
As you approach the gate, a man behind the gate steps up.
What are you prepared to offer?
Zoo pulls out a granola bar and says, I've been trying to cut back on the Cool Ranch Doritos, but I got this. It's a Dorito Cool Ranch flavored granola bar.
I see you're not of this time.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty cool of you to observe that. This is from like 21, 22. It's pretty legit. The Cool Ranch flavor is a little off, but it's pretty good.
Well, this is indeed an unusual gift for this time period. We require somewhat more in the way of sacrifice to enter the graveyard tonight.
Alright.
Are you willing to put everything you have to preventing the upcoming apocalypse?
He reaches out a hand to you.
I tell you what, I'll sacrifice one favor, all right? No question. And I reach out my hand.
Very well.
He shakes your hand.
Okay.
And he opens the
I
gate.
feel a tingle.
You do. As you pass through the gate, you actually do notice that you've received a pinprick on your palm.
Son of a... took my blood. All right, cool. I get on the comms and I say to Kaos and Effie, guys, you might want to try and find another way in. There's like a whole like blood sacrifice and all sorts of weird shit on this end. Yeah, I don't know what you want to do, but just so you got a heads up.
Of course there is, Dr. Zoo.
That was close.
What were you expecting?
I mean, I thought the Cool Ranch Dorito granola bar would work, so...
You get roughly that much conversation over the comms before they cut out and you only get static.
Ooh.
I approach the gate.
Present him with your non-human hand, though.
Whatever. And I start untying my hair, which everyone remembers is purple and is in space buns. And when it's all untied, it goes all the way down past my butt.
That's long. I didn't
Nice.
realize it's that long.
And I say, as a sacrifice, I offer these locks, which have been brushed frequently by my beloved.
Miss Derringer, I'm afraid you have already been used as sacrifice.
Oh.
As the man steps into the light and pulls down his balaclava, you recognize the man that you've referred to frequently as the one-breasted man.
Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!
Well, if it isn't Monoboob.
Please, I do not know why you continue to use this strange moniker. However, since you have delivered yourself into my hands, I believe it is time for you to be taken in for an upgrade.
I will resist.
All right, roll will.
5.
Okay. You are currently losing by 1. Would you like to spend a fate point?
Yes, Wheel of Still.
Okay. You can feel a buzzing in your brain and a desire to comply and come quietly, but you manage to fight it off for now. What are you going to do?
Underneath my very long hair, I have a secret cyborg thing that no one has ever seen before.
Except for this guy who made you.
No, it's an aftermarket edition.
Oh.
What do you
What is it?
have? What are you going to do?
Mixed in with my hair are very fine tentacles of metal that electrocute people.
Okay, roll fight.
Yes. 5.
Yeah.
All right. You whip your hair tentacles,
Like Medusa.
and right before they make contact,
Oh, damn it.
a hand grabs them,
They are electrocuted!
and a cyborg
Is electrocuted.
is totally fine. But a cyborg catches your hair.
There's a flashback to about a year ago, and Shar is brushing Effie's long hair and is like, wow, I'm so glad that we were able to find that new conditioning mask because honestly, your hair is glowing. Also, I found these really cool extensions on like the dark web. I don't know if you've ever checked on there for cyborg parts, but I did. And they just like clip in, clip out, but when they clip in, you know, they're like wiry and they can electrocute people. So I thought that'd be like kind of a cool like little thing to add to your arsenal of weapons. So yeah, like but like you can unclip them really easily.
That sounds excellent, Shar. I'm always looking for new weapons with which to protect and fight.
Yeah, but like don't forget, like I'll just program this thing. Like there's an app that you can download, and when you hit like uninstall, then it'll just like release them, so you should be fine.
Thank you. I always forget to read the user manual.
And flashback.
All right. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Inside the gate, Dr. Zuman, you are met by Mr. Mephisto. Ah, my large friend. So good to see you. I assume the young lady has accompanied you in?
Yeah, she's around. She's around.
Very good, We must not be late. We are approaching the stroke of midnight, and the society never waits.
Yeah, all right, I guess that's fine.
Come.
I walk towards him.
Yeah, he leads you to a crypt that is a little crowded by the other crypts around. And as you enter it, you walk into something that you've seen before, which is a Beth that looks a whole lot like Mr. White's.
Hey, I know this, Beth.
Beth, of what do you speak?
This ship right here.
Ah, this sanctum of the unknown arts.
Yeah, sure, all right, whatever. Potato, tomato, but where's Mr. White?
I do not know any Mr. White.
Oh.
In any
He
case...
made me go and buy something else, and I check my hand, and I see the word Frank White still there, very faded. And I'm like, Frank? Frank, are you around? Frank!
Man with a very long, dark beard and a very out-of-fashion suit, even for this time period, walks across the bridge to you and says, I am afraid this is not the vessel of Mr. White.
Oh.
However, I do know of whom you speak.
All right, cool. Well, who are you then?
He looks at you and he looks at Mr. Mephisto. He says, you must be one of the new acolytes.
Yeah, sure.
Dr. Zooman.
Correct, that's right.
You may call me Thomas.
All right, what are we doing here, boys? What's going down?
We have come to witness one of the most sacred rituals of which our society has, the Great Sacrifice.
Okay.
Mr. Mephisto, your child is already inside.
Oh, off. Seems like an odd place to bring a kid.
Dr. Zooman, if you had seen the future I have seen, you would understand why such things are necessary.
Are you implying that the kid is the sacrifice?
It is part of the sacrifice.
Just eat your own child?
I do love my child, and they will be with me forever, but not quite as it was before. All of our innocence here must be removed, that we may live anew, as your lady friend indicated.
Zuman realizes that there's no way he's getting in here if he doesn't play along, but this is very difficult. All right. I mean, if they're gonna live anew, I guess. I mean, yeah. Let's just go in, guys. Let's go. All right.
You are guided to a room that is surprisingly large, like many Beth rooms can be. All dark metal and inlaid lighting. On the way in, you are handed a mask, as is everyone else.
I put the mask on, and as I do, I switch on my comms.
Okay.
Is it a mask that just covers the mouth, or is it like a full face mask?
So each of the masks are slightly different, but they all cover the entire face and have images of different tarot cards upon them.
Ooh, that's cool.
And your particular card that you've been handed is the Magus.
Okay. All right. So this sacrifice is going down in here, inside this Beth in this graveyard. Then, okay.
This is only the first part of my sacrifice, my friend.
All right. And I continue to walk in the direction indicated.
You are ushered to a seat in a long ring of seats, and Thomas, still very much identifiable by his massive beard that sticks out from under his mask, walks into the center. My brothers and sisters in the faith, we are here to recognize the sacrifice of one Mr. Mephisto into our most cherished ranks, the ranks of the Council of the Foreseen. Mr. Mephisto, remove your mask and come forward. Mr. Mephisto, you have seen the future. You have seen the time when demigods walk among men and strike down without mercy and without malice any who cross their paths. You have seen the fall of human civilization, and you have taken steps to prevent it. And today you make the final sacrifice. And the lights come on in the center of the room. And the youth that you saw earlier is sitting there. But parts of them are metal. And as you look, you realize that this is the same cyborg that attacked you in the woods in Virginia.
And how are they reacting to this?
You can see tears on their face.
Okay.
Mr. Mephisto, you may have one final conversation with your child before they must take your life tomorrow.
I don't think that my particular personality is gonna really let me just sit here very much. I think my mama bear instinct kicks in a little bit here. Seeing this child, seeing what's happened to them, seeing them, with tears in their eyes. I was going to ask how many people are here, but I don't think that's going to actually affect my decision. Instead, I'll ask if we can do something interesting.
Okay.
So for a while, we've been toying with the idea of a stunt called Chimera.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if this isn't the perfect time to completely lose control in trying to shift, and in the confusion, in the desperation to act and to help, my mental wires get a little bit crossed and this stunt actually happens for the first time. And specifically, I would want to become essentially a winged bear with the hands of a gorilla.
Ooh, human hands. Very nice. You can still hold a gun.
Basically, but like still taloned or still clawed or whatever, and attempt to rescue this child and escape with them.
All right.
My hope is that Kaos can at least help them live a life of free will, if I can get the child to Kaos before they take that from them as well.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me some lore.
Okay. That's a +6.
Okay. With the +6, you can have the bear with the gorilla hands or with the wings, but not both.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go with the wings as long as the wings are capable of giving me flight.
Yeah, that's totally how biology works.
This is magic. This is much more magic than it is
you would know
science.
this. Yeah, no, it's totally fine. It'll 100% carry you.
All right. I'm going to go with the winged bear.
Okay.
And it's the wings of a Stella's sea eagle along with the grizzly bear, Bethel,
Right.
her body.
The mask snaps off of your face as you shift and change, and cries go up around the room. The first are cries of shock or fear, but then they turn to cries of anger. And Thomas waves his hands in the air. We have been infiltrated. One of the demigods is among us now.
Ooh, demigods.
I roar with the full might of the grizzly bear, rear up, and basically barrel through these people towards the person in the middle.
All right, roll physique.
Okay. Okay, +3, +2, +4, so that would be a 9.
Okay. You push your way to the center. Mr. Mephisto stands between you and the child, holding his arms out against you. Around the edges of the room, you hear 5 voices in unison say, eliminate, zoom in.
No, you're in danger since they know your name.
I backhand Mephisto in the face.
Okay.
And he goes flying like a little ragdoll bitch and maybe dead. I don't know.
I was going to say, and dies.
All right,
Yeah,
I will
that's-
let you backhand him without a roll, but then I need you to make a athletics roll for me.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you a question, and I hope that you will give me mercy. I have +2 athletics from Bethel and +2 athletics from the eagle.
Absolutely not.
Can I do +3?
No.
Dang
You got
it.
the ability to fly while being a bear. I don't know what else you want from me.
All right, fair. Okay, so athletics, +1 on the die, +3.
I love how
+2.
fast you were to that.
So
No.
+6.
Okay, this is a 10 shift hit.
A 10? Wow. All right. A 10 shift hit. Okay, so I will take my 4 stress box, and so that gives me a severe consequence.
10 lasers lance out of the darkness and pierce you through and through and through.
I'm going to put holy as my severe consequence.
Your severe consequence is holy.
Okay. With whatever strength I have left, I grab or bite on the back of the shirt or whatever I have to do to secure this child with me. And then, is there room to fly in here?
You could fly up at least to get off of the ground, but to exit, you're going to have to be on the ground again.
Okay.
It's a big, theater in the round type amphitheater, but there is only one exit, and it's the way that you came in.
All right. So I fly up to the top of the theater in the round style seating that was around this space and then start barreling towards the door.
Okay. Roll athletics for me again.
Okay. It's a +7.
Okay. This is an 8 shift hit, and I'm going to invoke
right.
your consequence to make it another 10 shift hit.
Oh my
All right. Okay, well, I'll just take another 10, I guess. I don't know how that works because I have a 3 stress box and a moderate consequence, which is 7, and then a mild consequence, which is 2. So am I going to die?
You have used up all your consequences. So if you get hit again, it will be a significant consequence, which will change your character.
I think that's okay. Burned, scarred, and holy. Okay. All right. So do I make it out?
At the doorway stands one of the cyborgs.
I just have to keep running through and hope I can barrel through this thing.
Okay, roll physique.
Oh my gosh. All right, that is +2 on the dice. That's a +8.
Okay, you're going to have to spend a fate point to get over the top here.
All right, I will spend a fate point to evoke Mama Bear to blast through this guy and keep going.
Cyborg reaches out with 2 metal hands and is able to stop your momentum. Explain to me how you push through using Mama Bear.
Okay, I am going to, rear up and bat them aside. So, as I rear up, my wings flay out, and their grip on me is loosened because of that. And so then I do another backhand and smack them aside and try and keep moving.
Okay, you keep moving out of this chamber, and you are now into the Beth proper. You can feel all sorts of burning injuries across your body. One of the advantages of being a bear is you have a massive adrenal gland that is keeping you moving.
Accurate.
But
if I stop, I will not get up.
Yeah, this could be the end for you if you are caught, if you are tagged, and everything is going to get so much harder as you lose more and more blood.
Thankfully, a lot of my wounds are cauterized, but that does not mean I'm not bleeding.
Yeah.
All right. So using my knowledge of Beths and how they work and whatever, I'm going to do my best to get out of the ship where I'll be able to fly away.
All right. Roll lore for me.
Okay.
The lore of Beths.
That's a +4, and if needed, I will use a fate point to use my strategic chameleon to assist me in getting out undetected.
Okay.
If needed.
You are able to successfully maneuver this Beth and get to the exit, which is sealed. And alarms and klaxons are ringing throughout the ship, and the child in your jaws is still unresponsive to you.
I am sorry you are not permitted exit, Dr. Zoomin. Place the sacrifice on the floor and back away.
Okay. Have I spent enough time on Beth to learn of any ways to override manually this system?
You have spent a fair amount of time with Beth, and you were even involved in some way in wiping Beth's personality.
Mm-hmm. And turning the brig into a robotic animal holding cell.
Yeah. So you've got some stuff here. This can be a lore roll.
Okay, I'm going to use lore again to try and get out.
That's good, because in the distance, you do hear rocket boots approaching.
I just rolled a +3. I am rolling really well for how horrible this situation is, and I'm terrified it's going to backfire at the worst possible moment. So that's a 5 to lore.
Okay. Would you like to succeed with a consequence?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to hear what the consequence is first?
It's allowed?
I want to say no.
Okay, that's
yes,
fine.
I do want to. You know what? No. I am in complete Mama Bear mode here. You could be like, you'll lose a testicle, and I'd still be like, I gotta get out of here.
You don't really need those anymore.
Mama bears
Apparently
do not
not.
care about testicles.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right. So no, I would like to succeed with a consequence and get out of here.
There is a way to disable a Beth by essentially killing the AI personality. And you came on this because in working with our Beth, they trusted you so much that they were willing to share this secret in case anything ever happened.
Okay. I don't hesitate. I do it.
Okay. Using your grizzly bear hands, you are somehow able to, in your almost insensate space, you are able to use the touchpads and the buttons to execute the secret failsafe that kills a Beth. And all the lights in the ship go out and the door slides open. And as you are making your escape, you can see the red eyes of cyborgs coming out from the belly of the beast.
I spread my wings to their fullest extent, run down the exit ramp, gathering speed and hopefully enough acceleration for lift. And I experimentally flap my wings and pray. And how does it go?
You take off. And as you take off, there is suddenly someone next to you in the air, matching your speed. And they say, "Oh, well, now this is very exciting. I'm just so excited to see y'all heroes at work. This is..."
Mr. McWhinney?
Mr. McWhinney!
I
knew he was coming.
Help in there, mate. Did you see how many holes are in me?
I wanted to see what a hero would do. I assume this child is very important.
All children are important, McWhinney. That's Hero 101.
I see. Is a child more important than that artificial intelligence that you just murdered?
Oh.
That's something for future Zoomer to figure out. Right now, help me find a place to land before I crash into some trees.
Oh, all right. We can figure this out. Let's just. Oh my, there's quite a few people after us, isn't there? This is very exciting.
Oh shit, they can fly.
Yeah, no, Effie has proven that they can all fly.
It's not my fault.
No, it's not
And
your
with
fault.
that, let's cut back to Effie at the gate. The one-breasted man whose name you've never bothered to learn, even though I have it written down if anyone ever bothers to ask.
Why would we ask him his name when we could call him Monoboob?
Exactly. Exactly what I was thinking.
That is not a thing that we all do.
It is now.
Just tell us his name.
His name is Lawrence Perlmutter.
What a dope name.
So what's happening with the one-breasted man?
Oh, well, you just attacked, and we could enter initiative order, or you could do something else.
Okay, so someone's holding my hair.
Yes.
I remember the touching evening when Shar gave me my hair extensions and I detached them with my brain app.
Okay. How do you want to proceed from there?
I want to turn around and grab Kaos and exit the premises.
Okay. Sounds good. Roll to book it.
Roll to book it. Oh, excellent. 3 pluses. Is this athletics? 6.
All right. You grab Kaos, you can provide a +1 bonus, and you book it. We are now going to enter into the win 3 to get out of here thing that we do all the time when we're doing chases.
Woohoo!
So next thing you will have to do is opposing tech rolls to avoid that sort of surveillance.
Can Kaos do the tech roll? Because
Ah!
That would be convenient. I suppose Kaos can do the tech roll. Since you asked,
just roll against yourself, Logan.
I know. It's so
Yay.
exciting. As you run, Kaos pulls up the power glove and starts typing things in, and a shimmer of technical zappies, which is the technical term, float around you, hampering electronic surveillance so that you're able to avoid the radar or such like. And now, please give me a skill that you would like to use to avoid detection.
It's to avoid detection, not to
I mean,
escape.
you're trying to get away. Just
I couldn't
you can-
shoot stuff so they fall down in the path behind us like in a cartoon.
You could do that. That is a thing you could do.
I want to make little drones that cast holograms of me, go lots of directions.
All right, roll resources.
Woohoo! I only rolled 0, so 3.
All right. You're able to produce some shaky holograms that dash off in different directions, but it is unable to deceive the oncoming cyborg and the one-breasted man, as they are able to follow your correct path through the woods. So that was not a success. All right. Next, I'm going to have you roll will against a mental attempt to identify your location.
I rolled all pluses. 6.
Okay, you're able to fight off a mental probe that is telling you to go back to the graveyard. And with that, you do escape. Congratulations!
Dun, dun.
You solved my running away puzzle.
What will we do, Kaos? How do we get Dr. Zooey back?
I mean, maybe he'll just come back out on his own.
Okay, so we'll survey the area and be ready to help him exit the graveyard.
I mean, maybe we just, get back in Beth and wait for him there.
That seems rude.
All right, well, I guess we'll just look around. Is that what you wanted to do?
I was thinking we could find somewhere from which to surveil the premises. Usually I use a tree.
All right. I hope it has, an escalator or something.
All right. You are able to locate a tree on the edge of the graveyard in which to perch and watch. And as you wait, and Kaos plays Minesweeper on his power glove, eventually you see some massive abomination break out from the graveyard, flapping quickly, followed by 5 individuals on rocket boots.
Look, Kaos, that must be Dr. Zoopants.
Do you think we should help?
In the distance, you hear,
Hey everyone, thanks so much for showing up to another episode of the Fantasy Adventure Machine and being here with us as we close things out. Now, don't forget, Cousin Caitlin is going to be appearing as girl number 3 in the local production of Guys and Dolls, so stop on by and wish her luck.